being mindful of
the environment.
No. So you find that you consistently try and remove that waste, because if you pile up, you are adding the risk of an accident happening.
So on top of that, it means that what you are saying is that you should also have a place designated for waste. Let's say maybe before the company comes to
absolutely
you should have some designated where this place where we
put
keep all the
scrap
waste,
metal,
so that,
we put waste papers, ma plastics, ma chupas, ma buckets za paint, nini, like zikuwe sorted in an organized manner.
Actually it saves on costs, because kama let's say if you're doing a building which the outside profile is repetitive,
okay,
you'll realize that the formwork can be used on the subsequent floors. Like if you just remove it well, uiweke mali unajua uta reuse hapo juu, hata kama ya stairs, the way we reuse for stairs, ukitoa fiti out, you'll not need to cut another profile for the staircase. You'll just use the same huku juu.
Okay, this may sound weird, but I feel like mtu mwenye hajui construction na anasikiza hii podcast anaweza kuwa anajiuliza formwork ni nini.
So formwork, okay, if you want to construct anything, concrete before it sets, kuset ni ukisha mix concrete before it gains its strength, ukikoroga. So ukikoroga concrete, it takes the shape of any object. It's in a semi-liquid, semi-solid form. It's like paste. So we take advantage of this. Tunachukua like a molding yenye tunaweka ndani the paste. Ndio ikikauka tukitoa, it achieves the shape. So we are just artists in our own way. So utaona like slabs in a flat, it's just a flat thing like this
floor,
it's a floor. So we put a molding which is the shape of this, what we want to achieve.
So it's like
a mold,
like
the mold
sorry, it's like, as in tuseme kama ni uji. Uji is the same, is the concrete, and then your bowl or your cup is the mold. So it supports. So the formwork is now like the bowl that supports the concrete mpaka ikauke. So once imekauka, it has gained its strength. You now remove it. So that's what we call formwork in construction.
Alafu formwork comes in different types. Najua it may confuse you, but sasa sisi tunaongelea formwork ya mbao.
I think in subsequent videos we can talk about types of formwork. But that was just by the way.
So that maybe someone can ask about it. Ambiwe formwork ni chuma. Misumari kwa chuma.
Literally tumenizo mbao zenye upangwa to prevent the concrete from overflow ama keep within the designated area.
Mnaongea tu kuhusu machuma na mambao na
so
help me God.
So back to safety hazards. Actually one of the common hazards in a construction site ni falls from heights. So that it accounts to almost 46% of all the hazards.
Wow.
Are people falling from a trip and
meet your end.
So it's something I think something that being that notorious 46%, I think precautions should be taken. Like first of all, you should ensure that everybody comes to site sober. To begin with.
You like you are
that's for real. So you should ensure that if you are visiting a site, you must be sober. Among the 46% statistic. Also, I think another caution that should be taken is when workers are working on such heights, they should be working with scaffolds, and at least the scaffolds with some edges, so that even if you are working for like even long hours, maybe you're not drunk, yes, but sometimes you might feel dizzy, and there's the fear of working from heights
hiyo Mr. Mbwime.
Alijua tu inaisha na kajinophobia.
So even people with
Phobia,
that,
whatever.
even people with that phobia should at least be working with such scaffolds to the edges to feel safe. Yeah.
Actually, that reminds me of the Nini at the recently commissioned building. Odeon or what? The green net.
Odeon ama OTC.
OTC. Yeah, so the people have been asking hii green net ni ya nini. It's a safety precaution.
Yeah.
It's a safety precaution since when working at such heights, imagine if maybe a 20 millimeter ballast falls on your head from the 5th floor. It's crazy, yeah?
Ni kama bullet.
Hapo tunakurudisha pale physics, force is equals to mass times acceleration.
So the higher the fall, the faster the
acceleration,
the speed of the falling,
higher the force.
The higher the force.
So kwisha man, tunatoa tu story man.
Tunapaswa kupewa Nobel Peace Prize at this level of knowledge.
So yeah, you see the green net which you see on buildings is to prevent like falling of materials to from the building to the passerby. So yeah, it's nini.
So see decoration
na si umbu. Bana pale Twitter anasema ati audio nisisikie baridi. Ni audio kama OTC isikie baridi. Yeah, so yeah, just to get to know that. Also on Kaiser's point on the falls, I want to add on the harness. When you go to Isli,
Right.
Isli. A lot of developments as at now are going on in Isli. Like crazy. And when you talk to the fundis, the carpenters, they usually say that sisi tumejenga mpaka huko GTC huko. Na tutumii hii kitu kwanza uki ndio unaangukana. So
they're talking about the harness.
The harness, yeah. So the harness is like when you go to not bangi jumping as such, but when you go to the zip lining, there's something that tukamba unafungwa, then they anchor it to the zip line. So in this case we can click it to the formwork of the columns. Hizo support.
Formwork naona mnaweza teremka na let's say maybe the steel.
Hapo hizo za nini?
Okay.
Ama ufunge kwa hiyo stuff za kupanda zinaitwaje? Scaffolding. Ama ufunge kwa scaffolding. Ukifanya kazi hapa umeweka hapo kwa scaffolding mazi. So that when you sleep kuna kitu ya kushikilia. Somebody save me.
Shout out to all the fans of Smallville. Alright, so as we get to the wind up, we just want to encourage you to practice safety. Yeah, and as Victor said, well, of course, safety starts with an S, but that's on the literal part, but in actual sense, safety starts with you. Yeah, as a consultant, you know, it's also good to lead by example. Your safety equipment. And something else, maybe before we forget, whenever you go to a site, you may realize that helmets kuna of different colors. Now that is not by accident or decoration. It is actually
preference.
Or preference. And leo najisikia kuvaa white, red. They are actually coded. Okay. White inakuanga for consultants. Who are consultants in a construction site?
Engineer,
you have all the right to wear a white helmet. Project manager, the three of us right here. Architect, QS, such consultants. So red is, you may have guessed it right, fire baby. People who deal with But I think electricians pia over red.
Yeah, electricians and
Vitu tu za ka crew.
mechanical.
Mechanic ya vitu moto.
Wewe wacha. Vitu moto.
Vitu moto.
Tell us what you think about the red helmet.
Yeah.
Is it really moto?
So green, health and safety. Yellow, which is one of the most common ones, sayoni for the worker. So even when you go to site, unatafuta consultants, tafuta mtu mwenye ako na white. At least in a well organized construction site.
Mostly like white. The kiburi in Kenyans, they will just wear white. I assure you. If you're a white, that is an engineer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a consultant.
That's a
as
consultant.
such.
So talking of the white helmet, let me leave you the tip. So let's say, accidents, they're preventable, but sometimes they're inevitable and they'll happen.
Yeah.
So if you happen to be in a site and an accident happens, the first thing you should do, as Matthias said, look for someone with a yellow helmet, not yellow.
White, green.
Yeah, green.
Green, the safety officer.
Green.
Safety officer.
Report that guy, tell him about the accident, and then the health and safety officer should come to the scene. First of all,
First aid.
akishafika kwa scene, should secure that site to ensure that maybe if someone fell, so that no other person takuja anguka hapo. So you should secure the scene that no further accidents happen.
Yeah.
Then you do the appropriate, like the first aid and all that. And then it's also a good thing, a good habit to document that accident.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you clearly state what caused this and all those. Yeah, because even after documenting, then you can use maybe that data can be analyzed and to know the loopholes, which can help maybe in the next project to prevent the occurrence of the similar accidents.
Just to add one more thing before Victor pay a parting shot. There's also a very important reason why the security guy at the gate usually has a record of people walking into the site. Yeah, because if, God forbid, something was to happen in that particular day and time, it's possible to know who was in the site and if we and at what time, such that if there are missing persons, we will know ni akina nani wana miss. Unaona? So please ukiingia site sonyeshane maringo.
Yes.
Just give out your name. Yeah.
It's for you.
And record such that if by any chance, because I remember when I went to basement 88, that thing is okay. I think it's common for most basements, but literally hakuna network.
Oh yeah.
Hakuna network. Okay, the structure is so strong, I feel safe. Look na unaangalia tu sheer walls and you're like niko sawa. Lakini in my head kuna kitu kalikuwa kananiambia nani kaka tungekuwa na C4 imeangushwa huko. Hizi ukuta zibomoke. I'm done for, because
how will I
communicate? But remember, after wafanye assembly of workers on site, check who Matthew is missing. That is how they will know I am missing, and it will now help them now start looking for me. You get? So it's very important even for the people who are working in a construction site. Keep those records. Yeah, one of the important things in any construction works is documentation. Yeah, one of the most important things. So ukiingia site, pena jina yako, state your reason, because hiyo pia ni kitu kingine. Kama wewe ni visitor, kama wewe ni mtu wa NCA, whatever, state your name so that it's possible to know who was present in this particular site or not. Yeah, Victor.
Oh, so
can I add something to the basement story?
Sure.
So if you are working or walking in the basement, like you, Matthew, I think it's also another safety tip. You should ensure that the area is well lit.
Oh yeah, good.
Because basements tend to be dark.
Sure.
Yeah, so it should be well lit to avoid small accidents hapa na pale.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
And even you need some form of, I don't know whether to call it air conditioning or yani unajua pia hewa
Ventilation.
Yeah, ventilation exactly. Yeah, some form of ventilation so that kuna good breathing air.
Okay, so mine is just to leave you with a thought that in as much as we are as consultants, as participants in the built environment, even visitors at that, as much as you are going there to make money, your health comes first. So comply with the safety regulations. Actually, JBC makes provisions for the insurance in case of anything.
Okay.
But prevention is better than cure.
Yeah.
So just be aware of this. I've been championing for the fight against ignorance. Just be aware of the safety precautions that you should take, so that when you come to Mjengo sites, you are safe. That's the first thing. Then I can say the obligations of the safety officer. That's I'll say that's not as important to you as much, but you should just know it's in the Act number 15, OSHA Act. So you can read it some other time.
Just go ahead and read it, because you know, one thing I think we've learned in our interaction with construction is that the more you read about the practice, the better you have an understanding of it.
Yeah.
Such that, I mean, CCC quantity surveyors, but we know how BQ is made.
Yeah.
We know what it entails. So hata kama wewe ni mtu wa mkono, mama
Kuna content.
hata hiyo content bedeni ndio inaweza kukuokoa kazi moto.
It's crucial because when an accident happens, haibagui ama haichagui ati huyu ndiye anajua let me happen on this. So inakuramba tu mali
Sorry, do you remember ama ilikuwa ni wewe? You remember there was this time, okay, this is not construction related lakini tulikuwa story time kidogo tu ya kumalizia wakurugenzi. Shout out by the to Abel Mutua, we love your channel very much. So Kaisa, I think nile day tulikuwa tunaenda Westlands. So tulikuwa tumetoka hapo nje ya gate ya Tuk. Suddenly some guy akaanguka chini, some passerby akaanguka chini, akaanza convulse.
Oh yeah.
Now by tuseme God's grace, I don't exactly have a background in medicine, but I've been learning about some concepts of medicine from my older brother. And so, but at that time I didn't know what to do. But he initially had told me, you know, ukiona mtu ameanza kutetemeka,
Toka hapo.
Sasa wewe ndio watu tunapaswa get out of this. Wewe mlango utoke nje. What happens is, what happens is, you know, at that time, for some reason, it's like your body is on overdrive. Muscles zako zina move involuntarily. Yeah. So hata glucose, because you know it's like your energy source, inaanza kuisha because you're not in control. You're just shaking. So I looked at him. I'm like, I don't know first aid, and I only know the science behind why he's shaking.
Unaweza ita watu lecture.
Like lecture, come.
Mwambia huyu.
But there was no time because now this guy, he's suffering. Yeah. So I called my bro immediately. I told him, there's someone in front of me convulsing. Tell me what to do. And so he told me, okay, first put him on his side. And then he gave me some other instructions. Alafu, ujue, this is just general knowledge, yeah? We are not converting this into a medicine school. Remember, wakati alikuwa anatingika, ni mwili yake iko on overdrive, so muscles zinatumika. Unaona ukifanya tizi, tunasikianga ni kama umechoka. Na imagine, nikao mse mwili yake inamfanyisha tizi by force.
Utakonda bro.
So, exactly. Nini mwili, any the energy is being used to create content. Yeah. So one of the things I'll advise ni this guy probably glucose level yake imeshuka sana. So kuna ile dawa, okay, kuna ile uzuri when we brought him back to a state of calmness. One of the things my bro recommended was we get him something like soda to raise the sugar level. Sugar level. Yeah, because ametumia a lot of energy bila kutaka. Yeah, and so he's really weak at that point. So we put him in a recovery position, and then luckily he knew ni medicine gani alikuwa anataka. Ni venye maybe ilikuwa imeisha. So when someone went to get it, I told the lady who was there, go get him soda. You get? And the reason why I'm sharing this story is, now imagine if I didn't know anything to do with medicine. Tungeangalia tu mtu akiume. So I'm not in medicine, I'm not a doctor. Please don't come for consultations. I don't do medicine, but if you ask me a question, maybe I can ask my bro something. But
shout out to Matthew's bro, man.
Shout out my bro.
He saved a life that day.
Exactly. So my main point is, hakuna harm ya kulearn about something, even if haiko kwa field yako. Yeah. So, because that day Kaisa and I were able to help this guy because of the knowledge we had in medicine. Yeah, and health. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. We are loving the energy, the subscriptions. Keep on sharing your comments, sharing this content to other viewers. Let us educate each other about construction, and at the end of the day, we're going to live in a safe world.
Amen.
Now, if I may go back to my
chick, sasa huyo mse alikuwa na converse na ungempea nini? Like tuseme kama mzinga beer.
Jesus Christ.